Hello, my name is Michael Quigley. I am the founder of Kataholos. I'm on a mission to try and help 1 billion people. So I want to help you with your decision making. More importantly, how to be able to lead through the ambiguity. Because it'd be great, wouldn't it, if we had loads of time to think, properly consider, and go, right, I'm going to do this, and they've asked for this. Let me think about that. But we don't have a lot of time, do we? Do we ever get training on how to make good decisions? But in leadership positions, we're expected to make good decisions, if not excellent decisions, all of the time. So how do we actually do that? So I want to give you two ways that I personally use. I've talked to a lot of people and they work really well. One is more of a big picture thing, and the second one is a very practical thing. So let's go through the first one. The first one is to consider, is this actually going to move the needle? If you take this action, is it actually going to make any difference? Is it going to make a big difference to the big picture? The reason you've been brought to the role, your mission, the thing you're trying to really do, is it going to help with that? And in line with that, is it in line with your values? So for me, integrity, lifelong learning, and loving kindness, how I treat people. That should be apparent, hopefully, in everything that I do. And if the action, the opportunity, the thing is in line with that, it's going to help move me towards that, helping that 1 billion people. And it's going to be done in a way that's aligned with my values, then I might lean towards doing it. If it's not, I don't do it. Simple. If it hasn't got integrity, if this video doesn't have integrity, I don't put it out. Simple. So that's the first way to think about that. It's really important to think about the values of the organization, the mission you're actually trying to do, not being busy, metrics. They are in service of the mission of what you're trying to do. Keep that big picture in mind. It doesn't take long to zoom out and see the big thing. And is this opportunity going to help with that? So that's the first thing. You've got to do that. You've really got to do that. And the more you do that, the easier it gets. It becomes quicker and quicker and quicker. Okay. The second one's very practical. I've got a written example for you. So if you get a piece of paper, just cut it into four. Really see that. And it's something I call the 5 minute decision making drill. So this will take you a little bit more than 5 minutes. The first time you do it, second time you do it. But after about 3 or 4 times, it just becomes like in your head, you go, and you can spend 1 minute on each section. And then the final minute, the fifth minute, is to make your decision, because decision means to cut away the alternatives. Incision is to cut in. D, the prefix D, means to do the opposite. So when you're deciding to do something, you're cutting away the alternatives. Hence, it's a responsibility. When you decide not to do it, you're cutting away all the alternatives. So you got to do it properly. Okay, so this is what you do. Get your piece of paper, cut it into four. Say, for example, it's I want to promote this person and give them a rise, give them more money. Okay. What does some people do? They look at the positives and negatives. So let's do that. The first box, you say, what are all the positives of promoting this person? And you write them down, right? You think about it and go, right, that they're going to be more committed to the organization, they deserve it. Da, 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 da. You write number one. And the other side, you write, well, what are all the negatives? You might say, negatives. Well, I've not actually spoken to the team yet. So maybe if I did that, they might not be happy with my decision, or I need to present it to the board. You write all this down. Now that's pretty good, but it's not good enough. Right? There are two more which I want you to put in that most people don't think about. So you've done what are the positives of promoting the person, what are the negatives of promoting the person. Underneath you go, well, what are all the positives of me not promoting the person? In other words, of not taking the action. There are always positives of not doing something, right? We just don't tend to think about that because we're action orientated. So you'd write down all the positives of not doing it. Say, well, it would allow me time to maybe assess the other members of the team. There might be somebody who's better qualified, maybe. So you write that down. Yeah. And then the fourth one is you say, well, what are all the negatives if I don't take the action? Meaning, if I don't do something, there will be negatives. And you might say, well, they might leave because they might feel, they've been working really hard for years. They might feel undervalued. So I'll write that down. So what you'll end up with is you'll have like an amount in each box. Okay. And then what you do is you add up the kind of two opposites. So you add up what are all the positives of taking the action, promoting the person, and the negatives if you don't take the action. That's one number. And on the other side, what are all the negatives of taking the action, and what are all the negatives? You see what I'm trying to say? I'm getting confused. But you see what I'm trying to say? You get two numbers, and then one number will be leaned towards why you should do it, and the other number will be leaned towards why you shouldn't. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to make the decision, but you don't tend to get two equal numbers. You tend to get it in favor of one way or the other, because the third and fourth aspect, the positives of not doing it, the negatives of not doing it, they're the ones that most people don't consider. That's the hidden gold. And that can really, really help you rather than just thinking positives and negatives. And then the fifth minute, you just make your decision. You go, right, based on this, I've considered it from four different ways. Go with the bigger number, decision made. All right. So the first one is very kind of big picture, got to be in line with the organization. It's got to be in line with the values, because people don't care about your intentions. You get things wrong and say, I didn't mean to do that. They don't care. But if you can say, this was the way we do it because we value you and we value this, they do care about that. So even if you make decisions and they're wrong, if they're informed by good values and good judgment and the mission, people tend to understand that. And then on the practical side, don't just think about the positives of doing it, because you'll do it. And don't just think about the negatives of doing it, because you won't do it. Think about those other two that I showed you there. They're the ones that most people don't think about. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give it a like, comment and subscribe to Catalyst if you're new. And if you want a PDF, I've made a PDF of that, so you don't have to keep drawing it every time. Just send me a direct message. I'll be happy to send it to you. All right, take care. I'll see you soon.